If you're watching this video, you are seeing me 2 hours before I quit my pharmaceutical sales account manager job on a whim because I've been talking to God about it and praying, and I believe that He is telling me to release my grip and leave this job because it can't come with me in my new season of rewards that I've been praying for my entire life. Even though this is my dream job, a dream work environment, dream coworkers, I just have this heavy burden that God is telling me to quit and trust Him in my next season. And with my obedience will come the rewards. I just have a lot of peace. I have no backup plan. I have no job. I am fully responsible for myself financially. I have no help. I have no family, no friends. But I do have God, so I have all I need. So yeah, follow along with this journey of mine I'm going to be posting about and sharing. And yeah, heavy prayers would be great because I'm literally just trusting God, but I have a lot of peace about it. So in about 2 hours, I will be telling my boss that I'm leaving. And then we'll see what God does from there. So stay tuned.
Welcome back to Beyond the Screen! Okay, so today we have this girl who just randomly quit her job for no reason whatsoever, just because God told her to.
Okay, I know that a lot of you have been waiting for an update on my last video, quitting my job because God told me to. So I did in fact quit my job. I spoke with my boss, who's also a believer, and I straight up told him, like, hey, this doesn't make sense to me, but God is telling me to quit my job. And so I did. And he was like, well, you can't argue with that. So I gave him my resignation letter. And yeah, I quit my job.
I'm sorry, but come on, guys. Am I the crazy one here, or does this sound like it's from a sitcom? So her boss was like, okay, makes sense to me.
So I was in pharmaceutical sales, but I wasn't making any money. I've been door dashing on the side, just because I started not that long ago. So I haven't, they say it takes about 6 months to actually like start seeing the money with this job, but I've been on the verge of getting evicted out of my apartment every single month. I have no food. I'm just really in the hole right now. And I've felt this very heavy burden to quit. And I thought that it was coming from the enemy. I thought it was the enemy saying, you suck at this job. Like, why did they even hire you? You're not making any money. You're not making any sales. Like, all this stuff. And I kept fighting it. I kept pushing it off. But over the weekend, I really felt and heard God tell me, like, no, that's coming from my voice. I want you to take a leap of faith and quit and take the grip off of trying to be in control of making money, and like, I just want you to trust me. So I heard God say that, and that's what I told my boss, and my boss was like, yeah, do it. So yeah, I know it sounds crazy and manic and delusional, but I also know that like not everyone's going to understand. I have been in a completely different type of relationship with God over the past several months, where it actually is intimate and I hear His voice and I want to hear His voice. I want to go on the path that He's leading me to. I'm not trying to fight it anymore. Like, I just want wisdom and discernment from Him, and to fully know with my whole heart, like, anything that I'm hearing is coming from Him. I truly feel like I got that job not for the money aspect of it, because let me tell you, it was not there for me. But I truly felt like God gave me that job for the people that I made connections with, the friends that I made, the people I was able to share my testimony to. I think I may have found my husband, and I think that quitting this job is what starts that chapter. And I know, like, I know I sound manic, I know I sound crazy, and I know how bad the economy is, and I know that this is the worst time to be quitting a job. I know that, trust me. But I feel like God told me that He wants me to just have faith and let go and just trust Him. That even that this is the worst time possible to do this, to trust Him. So, again, I have no backup plan. I do DoorDash a little bit. So we will see what happens. And if you are not a Christian, if you don't believe in God, if like the thought of God like repulses you, like anyone who's doubting me or thinks I'm delusional, like I want you to follow along on this journey, because I want you to see what God can really do with my situation and with your situation, with anyone's situation, if you just trust Him and just try to stop being in control, because you're not in control. If you were in control, your life would be a lot better. But since you're not the one that's actually in control, it's a product of trying to be in control, but we're not God, so like, you know. Anyways, follow along. I want you to see what God does through my faith, in hopes that maybe it gives you faith. Because God can take nothing and turn it into everything. If He takes care of the birds in the sky, how much more is He going to take care of us? So, follow along. And yeah.
I understand the job market is not doing so good right now, and a lot of people would love to be in her position. But just quitting because God told you to is pretty crazy, not gonna lie. Also, she could have asked her boss if she could do overtime or if there is something she can do to get a raise, but just quitting like that is pretty extreme. But guys, please don't quit your job without a backup plan. It's not easy to get another job. Times have changed, but don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good day.